going on, everybody? Venatix here, bringing you a World War Z video, this time on an epic versus battle of the fixer class between the mask and gas grenade and the explosive ammo supply bag. Between now and the beginning of the game's launch, the supply bag just was never that strong in my opinion. Who knows, it could have been strong all along, but with this most recent update, we now know that it's actually pretty darn strong. If you were to play the game just a month, even just a couple weeks ago, you would realize that almost none of the fixer classes ever used the supply bag, given a couple here and there. Reason being was the mask and grenade is just far superior at its time. However, when the patch rolled through, it nerfed duration times of the mask and gas grenade and buffed fixers' armory supply bags and pickpockets and things like that. So the supply bag comes into effect now, especially on the extreme mode when zombies take way too many hits in my opinion and no longer requires skill, just requires you to just spray and pray and hope you survive. You know that the fixer is probably one of the better classes. According to my community forum post here, we have like almost 900 people have voted. Sadly, YouTube did not allow me to add one more option to add the gunslinger, so I left him out. Not necessarily by bias by any means, but literally I was just going down the list and then realized I was not allowed to add another one. But that being said, it looks like medic is pulling through as number 1 and then fixer is number 2. Just like any other game that has a fixer or a medic class, a healer, typically the healer is going to be the guaranteed choice and pick always for people because you're just going to need it to be able to survive. So take the medic out of the equation though. Fixer is the runner-up. Fixer is probably one of my favorite classes, and I think the fixer is just necessary to be any level at this point in time. But let's jump real quick into the patch notes, and then let's jump into my builds for using supply bag. I have two builds, one that heavy on supply bag, and then one that goes a little bit different, and then practically the same as the first. Alright, let's do this. So going to the patch notes here, we have Armory. Using a supply bag has 25% chance to restore 1 equipment charge for you or your teammate. It used to be 15%, so that's a big buff for the supply bag. Stand By Me, which increases your firearm damage by 100% for 10 seconds when reviving or unpinning a teammate. Was 50% and now just double it to 100%. It's a nice perk. I end up using that actually in one of my build paths, which I'll show here in just like a minute or two after this. Pickpocket and I'll Take That both have been buffed across the board for every single class. The only thing that changes is the cooldown duration. For the fixer, it's 90 seconds. For example, the fixer or the medic up here is only 30 seconds. Yada yada yada. 60 seconds for the slasher. You get my drift, okay? Go Get 'em. Reviving a teammate will restore 25%, was 15%, of primary weapons ammunition for you and your teammate. Efficiency supply bag contains 25% more explosive ammo versus the mask grenade effect duration increased by 2, which was originally 5. So boom, buff to the supply bag and nerf to the masking grenade direct. And then we have Darkness Falls, which gives the mask and gas cloud duration increased by 5 seconds, which was originally 3. So this was a buff to the fixer per se for the mask and gas grenade, but remember this is the cloud duration, not the actual effect of the gas grenade. I don't know how else you want me to say that, but so some people have pointed out that you could throw it down, basically run into it, run away, and then come back in and reset it or something like that. While that may or may not be true, I haven't necessarily tested it. I'm not saying that anyone's wrong. My only thing is typically, what I've seen is when you throw your mask and gas on the ground, typically you're throwing it and you're running. You're not just standing still. That being said, if you are defending against a swarm and you have to be in an area where you can't move, or maybe you're just trying to hold the choke point, then perhaps the mask and grenade gas class duration might be the choice for you because you're standing still and you're not moving. Again, probably only going to be good for those at heavy swarm areas, defense areas. Other than that, typically you're throwing it down on the ground and then you're running away. Alright. Let's jump into my build paths now. Alright, so this is my first build. This one is nothing but supply bag. Like, your main focus is the supply bag for that explosive ammo, okay? So the first column, we're going to take Armory. The first category there is kickback, which gives you the 25% chance to get explosive ammo from myself, or the 25% chance to restore 1 equipment charge. I'm a team player, gonna go with that equipment charge. It's been actually really great for me and my teammates to be able to get that extra equipment charge from time to time, because depending on how much ammo they actually pull out of the supply bag, typically there's about 3 or 4 uses on my supply bag before it goes out. So again, 4 times 25 chance, it's a good RNG that probably one person is going to get their equipment charge back. Alright, second column. Stand By Me Side effects and Night Owl. Again, both of these are masking grenades. Since we're not running masking grenades, probably do not care about those, so we're just going to go by default choose Stand By Me. And that's actually the one that just got buffed, remember? From 50% to 100%. Alright, third column. This one, like I can buy it right here for you guys. There's no point. I don't use it myself, obviously, because I haven't bought it up to this point. But I like to do Cloakroom, or you can do Knock Knock. Now, Cloakroom is nice, so if you know you're kind of like running around doing the revives, or you think you're going to be doing the revives a lot, or you don't think the medic on your team is going to be able to use the stim pistol the most, or who knows whatever reason, probably pick up Cloakroom. You know, it's nice to run in real quick, get the revive, and then you guys have 3 seconds to run away without taking any, you know, type of damage or any type of aggro. But if you're confident or you don't really care, take Knock Knock, start with that breaching charge. I have noticed starting with the breaching charge from time to time, especially on, for example, Jerusalem level 2, the Dead Sea Stroll, you know, the one with the green gold, yada yada yada. Starting with the breaching charge, fantastic, because in that first swarm level, there's 2 different build crates. Well, there's 1 crate and 1 door. Actually, there's like 2 doors and 1 crate. So in reality, if you start with the breaching charge, and or you and another guy starts with the breaching charge, you guys are going to get all these defense kits. We're talking auto turrets, manual turrets, mortars, voltage freaking things on the floor to electrocute the zombies. Like, it's really going to help you out, especially in that type of level. Alright, moving on. This one, personal opinion. Sporting carbine, a lot more damage, a bigger magazine, and better penetration already as it is, but you also got the wheatgrass, which allows you to take 1 more extra hit. Then we got the next column. 1 for the road allows you to have 2 more of your equipment, or pickpocket, killing 15, or scavenger, 1 special zombie gives you a 100% chance. I love choosing scavenger because now that they've fixed the spawns, we know that we're guaranteed 5 special zombies at a given time, every like so often. So with the cooldown being 90 seconds, pretty much you're gonna get a kill on a special zombie regardless between the time that's going and when the time is up and ready to be used again. So again, scavenger is probably my favorite between pickpocket. Okay. Instant replay. Anyone that uses your supply bag restores 20% of their primary weapon ammunition base. Perfect for swarms. So what we'll do is we'll try to find a choke point. We'll hold out. I'll put my supply bag on the floor so everyone has explosive ammo to start with. And then if they're getting low on ammo, don't worry, because now they're getting 20% of their primary weapon back every time they use the supply bag. And remember, if I'm using scavenger, 1 headshot to one of the special zombies kills them, and then bang, I got my supply bag back. We drop it down. We never run out of ammo. Moving on to the next column, we have lightning hands, power shot, and the revolver. Don't care about the revolver. I think it's really not that good. Just no point. You might as well take the reload speed, or you might as well take the penetration. I kind of flip between the 2. It just kind of depends on what I want to do. If I know I'm fighting lots of swarms, lots of pyramids, I like to grab the penetration. If I'm just kind of running and gunning, I take the reload speed. Next column, my round 2, which contains 25% more explosive ammo in your supply bag, and then you got your Shadow Walker and your Darkness Falls. Again, more massing stuff. We don't care about the massing stuff. We care about supply bag, so obviously by default we're choosing 4th of July. And the last column, again, could come down to your personal opinion. I like to choose the big 5.0, so I start with a heavy weapon. That's just 1 more weapon in my arsenal, 1 more weapon to deal with swarms that are piled up and climbing up on those pyramids and whatnot. Alright, that was the first build. Now, this is my second build working on with the fixer, but still containing the supply bag. So, what I've seen people talk about is we ditch the supply bag in the first and we go paramedic. And then we go cloakroom. It's funny enough, right? So we still take Stand By Me because we don't want to start with the mask and gas grenade because we still want to have the supply bag down the road. But we take the cloakroom. So basically we're going to run around and be like an ambulance. So the revive speed by 50 seconds is so clutch. Knowing that you're going to get that masking effect, you literally can just run into a swarm really quickly, grab that revive, and boom, you're invisible because of the grenade, and you can get out of dodge, and you saved your teammate. Hallelujah. Okay? So this is my second build for the fixer. You take the paramedic and then you take the cloakroom. Moving down, again, this is all the same from here on out. So really the only change for my second build is cloakroom and paramedic, okay? That pretty much wraps up this video for me. This is kind of like the fixer battle, the masking gas grenade and the explosive ammo. Again, one of my favorite combos to run is double fixer, a medic, and then either an exterminator, a hellraiser, or a gunslinger. You mix any of those in with those 3, you're going to win. Take a fixer with supply bag, take a fixer with the masking gas, and take your medic. GG, well played. This game's way too easy. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.